Hi, we are here today to understand exactly how we can use Power Query in Excel for automation. As you know, it's an awesome ETL tool. You can actually get data from pretty much any source into Excel and work on that data. You can extract, transform that data, and then load it into a new file. So let's see how to get going and especially understand the reusability of Power Queries. So that's the purpose of this video today. So here I have some data around insurance, and what I really want to do is to create a pivot and visualizations across the data. Now, generally, I can see that I have data around age, gender, BMI, if he's a smoker or not, region, and the charges, the insurance charges that the person has filled up till now. So what I will do is that I want to make groups. Okay, I want to sort age into youth, middle-aged people, and senior citizens. Now, I want to do this transformation in Power Query, and I'd like to show you how we can replicate it for any other data that comes in. So the best way to go about it is to go to data, and if you go to get data here, you will see launch Power Query editor. As I mentioned, this is a powerful tool. You will see that there are different tabs for transformation, adding columns, and actually viewing the columns so that you can make better decisions regarding what type of transformations, etc., that you want. I can say I want to bring in the data from an Excel file, and the Excel file that I'm using just now is insurance for Power Query, in which we have that Excel sheet, right? Called insurance. What I have done is, as I mentioned, I've gone to view and I have enabled certain views out here. So if I remove column quality and column distribution, you will notice that this will become just like an Excel sheet. But if I keep these enabled, I get some extra information out here. So, I just need to remove this or I can keep it. I like it here. You can decide how you want it. So if you go back to the home, and over here, what do I really want to do is to add a column. I want to add a column. And this is a conditional column. The condition is, as I mentioned, that are you a youth? So I will name the new column I want to bring. And I'm going to say for age, if it is less than 30, I'm going to call them youth. If age is greater than 50, I'm going to call them senior. Else I will call them middle-aged. So here you can see I have got this created, an age band column is created, right? Middle-aged, youth, and senior. Great. So what I really want to do is to save this flow. Okay. Don't want to remove any columns or remove rows or split a column or group, etc. I don't want to do that just now. I just want to um, take this much data and take it back to the Excel sheet. So here you can see 1024 rows of data loaded. Now there are two things that can happen. One is that, you can have some extra data which comes in to this, right? So for example, just for, showing you, if I wanted to update, if I get some extra data and I put it out here, and now the number of The rows have gone up to 1033, which is not reflecting here currently. It is 1025. So I can just go and refresh this and you can start seeing it. Okay, so this is one. If I get new data, I can append it in the old data, and if I can refresh the query, it will start showing up in the with the ETL done, with all the transformations done into the new sheet that we have created of data. It's just going to take some time to get done. So here you can see the new file that has been formed has 1032 rows, right? So this way, one of the ways to automate whatever you are appending, you can go and run the query and it will be ready for use. Okay. The second thing is if you have a new file and what you want to do is to run this query in that new file. So here we go. I have this new file. You will notice that the name of the sheet is the same. And what I do is I go to data and over here I say launch Power Query Editor. Okay. Either I can do everything again, or because there is no Power Query over there, no query and connection over there, else I can just click on query and connection, go back to this old sheet and pick up this query, copy and copy it here. Okay. Okay. Now what I really want to now I can open this up, and what I really want to do is for it to pick up from this new source and not the old source. So I go to source, go to new source and tell it to pick up from. Okay. Then of course it will run everything and I want to close and load. Now here when I see this data, I will notice this is only 330 lines, which is what it is for the region of Southwest. And it has created this new data sheet for me. Okay. This is the original one. This is the new one. Now you might say, Subhashini, what if I wanted to append all this data, right? All this data is looking similar. Can it append it into one sheet and work? Yes, you can do that too. You can put all these sheets with the same named sheets, right? These Excel files with the same sheet, insurance, insurance, insurance into a folder, and then run this query on the whole folder. Okay. So when we go to source, instead of checking out only a particular file in the folder, we will just choose the whole folder. What it will do is it will pick up all the files, take out the sheets which are called insurance, append them together and create a master sheet with all the data together. Since the aim of this session is to look at automation using Excel and AI, this is something which I would strongly request you to do. Create a Power Query which takes care of recurring, cleaning work in the Excel file so that it becomes really easy for you to create, uh, your dashboards and create a final sheet after all the cleaning is done. So, of course, how the Power Query works, and we've seen it. We got in the raw data. We imported the data into the query. We did the cleaning steps. And once the clean data is out, right? Once we said that we want to use the query and save and load it, a new data sheet was formed. And from there, we could have created the pivot tables and the reports that we had seen in the earlier videos. Okay. So one of the things, if we add some extra data, is simple. We can refresh an existing query and work on it. Right. The second thing is, and this really works for things like monthly sales reports, because what is the scenario that every month you have a new sales file and you don't want to do the manual work. So you can just automate the work in a Power Query. Then you can change the data source. Again, something we saw. So if we had data for one part of the country and we wanted to just use the query on that because the data structure is the same, we can copy paste the query out there. The third thing is to import the data from a folder if we are okay with actually getting all the data together, which is often what we want. We want to automatically combine all the data. So we want to keep all the data files in a folder, and then we can just ask the query to read from the folder. Okay. You can copy queries between workbooks and create a Power Query template. Okay. Which is really good for recurring business reports. So you save a copy of the template file, point to the new data and refresh it, and it goes forward from there. So these are 5 methods which I really feel that you would, benefit from. The things to remember is that you must have the same column names and similar data structure. You should have the same data types and consistent formatting. So this is something which will be really important. Otherwise, the query is going to show an error. It's going to say that it is not the same. So you might say, but some of the columns we now don't use. Doesn't come, or some new columns come. If some new columns come, it you may have to record the query all over again. Otherwise, what you can do is, if some of the old columns are not getting populated, just keep dummy columns out there. You can keep it blank with just the column headers. Okay. There are certain advanced features out here, like parameters. So when you are doing the editing of the source step manually, you can create a parameter that holds the file path and update the parameter. The Power Query will use the new files automatically. Okay, but this is a bit advanced. You may or may not do it. I think even up till this point, whatever we have discussed will enable us to do all the extraction, transformation, and loading work very, very easily. There is just one thing which I would further more want to show you, that you can actually get data in from many, many types of files. So just give me a minute and I'll show you where you can see that. So if you want to figure out how many types of data you can get, here you go. From the data tab, you will notice that you can actually import data in from pretty much all the sources that we generally work from, including cloud sources and online services, from other sources, including the web. Okay. So, and the best part is you can actually combine and append queries one below the other, ensure that you can combine and append the data also. Well, go ahead, and I hope, as many things in Excel, you will discover new ways of doing a lot of things that we've spoken of today. Do share if you've enjoyed the video, and if you know other ways of doing things, do drop in a comment. Thank you.